So as it stands, because I've gone there to engage and they've given me their time and I've been able to express myself, then maybe I can leave certain things apart and say, okay, in future, they may bring me to their panel, because this thing, we need to engage and we need to be able to address one another. So for me, it's just a personal choice. Do you understand, J for Imole? It's just a personal choice. The moment we engage in, then we need to find a common ground to address them the way they address you. Because they also address me as the IT guy. Although that girl was being disrespectful, but I have to be patient enough to be able to ask those two questions that I believe she would not be able to answer. The way Paparano did not have the patience, that is the reason why I decided to join. And now realize something to do with co-host. So there are times when we fine-tune the way we engage.
The IT guy.
Yes.
I asked them those questions. I asked if you were listening to that live stream. It's very simple. I didn't just want to be part of those guys because I know them already. They are not new people to me. I said, how did all of this defrauded at that foundation? And can you explain those figures? I asked those questions. And she was just reading. So I just.
But they didn't give you the chance. They didn't give you the chance for it to go public. Instead, they finished it off with the fact that you ran away.
I don't know that chairman wants to address that. That's what he was.
Good morning.
Maybe you should let chairman address that in his own way.
Please, good morning, everybody. Good morning. The IT guy, good morning. It's nice seeing everybody on this platform. Good morning, everyone. Something is just... Oh, my God. IT guy, thank you for a good word. In fact, I love the excursion that you took us through this morning. The excursion for me is my thing for this morning. Every other thing, I'm not that, but the excursion was something else. Thank you for that. I saw what was going on there. And I'm like asking myself a question that what is really going on? Now, let me speak to this. And please, for the public, whatever I'm saying, number one, I don't know who Ada Foundation is. I'm just hearing Ada Foundation, all of this. I don't know her. I don't have anything to do with her. I am not speaking for her. I am not Ada Foundation spokesperson. Neither am I Ada Universe TV public relations officer. So I am not speaking for Ada Foundation. But I'm just speaking as a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants who understand accounts and books. I'm a fellow of over 20 years. So when it comes to money, accounts, records, books, audits, figures, I'm a fellow. And I know my onions. Now, going forward, I see what the lady was parading. And I asked a question, can you give me the source of that information? So someone responded that company house and blah, blah, blah. So I just went to the company house to dig out some information. Now, what I have here is the audited account of Ada Foundation submitted to the company house. Unaudited, okay, unaudited. Unaudited means that in order for you not to fall short of the timing, let's say your financial year ends in June, okay, you need to submit your account if you don't submit by that June, you will get a penalty. So we tax consultant will do some things that, okay, fine, oh, your account is not audited, let's go and submit unaudited first. Let them have that so that you avoid the penalty. Then you can then submit the audited account maybe 30 days after or 60 days after. So that you avoid the penalty. Okay? So the difference between audited and unaudited may only be what we call extraordinary events that happen after the balance sheet date. Now, when you say a balance sheet date is your actual year end. That is your balance sheet. So anything may have happened after your balance sheet date. We call it extraordinary activity after balance sheet date. Take, for instance, your date ends 30th June, and you are supposed to file in your returns and audit it in 30 days. Now, anything that happened between that 30 days window may affect your account. So you have that window to disclose. It's a matter of disclosure. You will see it in the notes to the account. I'm very sure it will be here in the notes. Okay, see, notes to the account. You must see the disclosure. So for chartered accountants, we are not bothered about figures. Okay, I am bothered about what? The note, because this is where we do some mago. If you want to hide things from the public, you will never know. This is where we go. So an accountant will never look at the figure. An accountant will go to your notes account to see post-balance sheet events or your extraordinary activities again post-balance sheet date. So that's where we see what is going on. That's where you see your contingent liabilities, those things that you want to hide, you don't want to pay tax. This is where we go to. Now, from what I've seen, the last statement submitted to Company House, the total assets of Ada Foundation is 8,000. What is this? 8,291 pounds. Total assets. And total assets include your fixed and current, which is your cash, your debtors, your cash at bank. In fact, the cash at bank is how much, sir? 37,000. That's cash at bank. With your fixed asset, maybe your motor vehicle and all of that. So the total asset, the total worth of Ada Foundation is 8,000 pounds. That's the worth of that company. Now, if anybody, thank you, IT guy. I saw 632,000. Okay, 632,000. What that means is that when you are incorporating a company, a foundation now, there's a threshold. There's something we call a threshold with the company house that, okay, like a target. It can be a target, it can be a threshold, whatever name they want to call it. That in this my business, in this my charity organization, whatever I want to do in terms of raising funds, my assets will be under X amount. In this case, 632. What that means is that if you do anything above 632, you are bound to report that to the company house, and where applicable policies, which it could include taxation, remittances, will be done, and they will assess you appropriately. Take for instance, if you want to raise, that's for foundation, but if it is for a company, they call it authorized share capital. If it's for company, and you see company, they will say 1 million. Some will say 10 million. Some will say 100 million. So in your balance sheet, you will see authorized share capital has 100 million pounds. That does not mean that you have 100 million pounds. What you are simply saying is, in the lifespan of my business, I am going to raise funds up to 100 million pounds. And that is why you will see a lot of companies, they will be doing what we call shares, issuing of shares. You have 2-for-1, you have preference shares, you have debentures, you have cumulative preference shares. Don't let me go into technical issues. So you have all of it. So you can decide this year that out of my authorized share capital of 100 million, I want to raise 1 million out of it. So I issue, that's why you have authorized 100 million, issue to the public 1 million, which means I still have 99 million in my coffers to raise in the future. So with respect to charity and foundation, that 632 means your authorized fund, your authorized money to be raised in the lifespan of your charity. You can decide to raise 1,000 this year. You can decide to raise, so that that one is done, so that you don't start just going to the public and be raising money and be raising money. the company house wants to know what you are doing and how you are raising the money. So before you can raise money, you go to the company and say, okay, company house, I want to raise 20,000 out of my authorized balance. So they can give you approval. Okay, go to the public and raise that. So the 632 is the authorized capital for Ada Foundation. Like I said, I am not speaking for Ada Foundation. I'm only speaking to the groups. So if anybody wants to tell me anything or want to tell the public about the finances of any organization, especially if it's a registered organization, no individual has the right to go personally or collectively and say, XY Papariano organization, give us your account. You can't do that. The organization has the right to submit its account or detailed statement to the company house. From that company house, you can go and download it, like I've done, to now read a lot of things. See, employee, other directors. He has only one employee. She's the only director. Okay,
Chairman. Thank you for the update. Just before I get too busy, thank you for your summary. You see, when I was looking at that screen, as soon as I saw that green button, I knew it was company's house. Now, if it is company's house, you can obtain the information you want there intelligently.
This is
because the information is public. Yeah, because the information is public.
It's public.
Now, if you haven't done that,
if you click on
and then she said, Chairman,
it.
she said, first of all, she said she wants to school me, and I said, don't be ridiculous. No, then she said, school me now. So when I finished schooling her, she now said, let me now school you. I said, I'm done. I've asked you two questions. What do you understand by the two unders, and where is your proof that this woman took money off Mohbad for any?
Let's do it this way.
Any cause?
IT guy,
she can answer.
Let's do it this way. If anybody comes with any matter, I think we should first of all ask: do you have knowledge? Are you certified to query whatever you are bringing to the public? Say, for instance, we are talking about law. You go and get a lawyer. I will not talk about law. So, if someone is coming to the public an information, let's first of all ask that person, what is your own profession? What's your own background with respect to what you want to present? So that we can know who is speaking. Do you have the knowledge to speak to what you are showing? Because you cannot be a driver and you want to be talking about finance and accounts. You cannot be a lawyer, you want to be telling me about economics. You cannot be a medical doctor and you want to talk about engineering. You will mislead people because you will be saying things at the surface.
Oh, yes, he is. That's why we chose him.
Do you understand?
The accountability man.
So you will be talking so if that lady is bringing some information and showing figures, the question I think I want you to ask is, please, who are you? Do you understand what's your profession for me to engage you on that document that you are talking to? Because you are going to mislead people. 632 and that do not see his total balance sheet as a date is 8,000. As at the last account, maybe by whenever it's ready she submits the next account, we can all go there, download it, and see what she has done in the past 1 year. So when you are talking with people, IT, in order not to waste your time or anybody's time, let's first of all ask, sir, that thing that you are talking to.
Sorry, Chairman. Chairman. Let me put something to you that you need to understand. When they opened their platform and they started engaging with Paparano, they were playing to their audience. Mm-hmm. They were playing to their own people. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I went up there is to enlighten their own people too. Mm-hmm. It takes patience. It takes taking those abuse. But the patience it actually takes and the intelligence it took for me to, you remember I dropped off, I came back again.
Yeah.
I thought if I can ask questions that their own audience can take away with them. If they can answer the question, then it means they are trying to mislead their listeners. And that is the reason why I went all the way to ensure that their listeners get the nitty-gritty of the game they are playing. When they come public with information, they come public with information that is not credible. And at some point, we're going to have to start playing this game to ensure that we correct it there and then. That was my motive. Let's correct it there and then. Otherwise, which one is my own? Because when you get sort of like on the soft, that's why I asked the question. Let Baba show us the GoFundMe panel. Show us the front panel. Let's see how much you've withdrawn and how much is left. Otherwise, we're no longer interested. Whether you want to be transparent or not. But is it not transparency we're seeing now? Is the information not there? They choose not to use their brain purposely. They are paid. They are cajoled. They are cajoled to mislead their own people. And that's the public.
The public can see that this document is prepared by a competent chartered accountant.
Now.
So everybody
Chairman, at the time, the public is not privy on their own platform with their number of followers that they want to trick. The information they've got that they are crusading. Look at how loosely she's flagging all sorts of lies.
Exactly.
That she's concocted.
No, IT guy. For me, Ada Foundation has a lawyer. Ada Foundation or Ada TV is a corporate organization. So I think they should know what to do if you put their organization into disrepute publicly. So I want to believe they know what to do, because this is how people put themselves into problems. Now, for the issue of Baba Mohbad and Mr. Joseph Aloba and this accountability stuff, this is what I would suggest. I heard from, I don't know whichever platform, where he said that which means it's still work in progress. As soon as they finish, they will tell everybody what they realize and what they expended. I think that is correct. In my opinion. I'm speaking as a chartered accountant. I think that is correct. Let's give them time. When the whole thing, when you are on a course, you don't render account in the middle of an action. You can do what we call an interim account, and you can do a final account. Okay, if they chose not to do an interim account, which is okay, which is not a problem professionally, they can do a final account, which means after the whole thing has been sorted out. Okay, or we say, okay, yearly account, maybe every December, we want to see what has happened in the year, which is okay. So what they need to do is to get a competent person to put the accounts together, support with it all evidences, and post it on whatever platform they want to post it, and everybody can go there and pick it from. Okay, so with respect to that, professionally wise, yes, accounts are prepared over a period of time. So the public can cut them a slack, like give them time. Whenever, maybe December, every December I want to be seeing, But for me, that's not my issue, But I only want to speak to what happened this morning as regards what that lady is parading. That thing is fraudulent. Fraudulent means that you are giving public a bad image of a corporate organization. Okay, so that will be my take. You can download the account, you will see it. You can download it. So let her download the account and speak to the account to the public, and not an authorized
My chairman, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Chairman, how are you?
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to put in 2 minutes. IT guy, very good job. I appreciate you for going up against these guys. I want to advise everybody. Ask yourself, why now are they after Ada? Why are they after Ada? Primarily because Ada has been able to do something legal, something that is highly needed in the movement. to stop a kangaroo court so that the law can be applied to the procedure. Now these guys have sat down in their coven and they have deliberately pushed these nimnits, these numbnuts out to deceive the public, and the best they can do is try to give her that name, call her a thief, call her all sorts of nonsense, the way they call every true fighter names. So I don't want you guys to lose focus. Realize that they are doing this now since the inquest got suspended. Now, instead of Ada getting credit, Bankole getting credit and getting all the praise, these guys have decided to steal the glory by nicknaming and calling Ada all sorts of names.